This video shows a classroom behavior point system at Hartford Avenue University School. The classroom behavior point system works while after all of 4 transitions of the class, which in this video are the beginning of the class, whole group instruction, independent work, and cleanup, the teacher stops the class and they assess how they met the expectations and earn either a 0, a half, or a 1 for that transition. Students give a thumbs up, thumbs down on whether they met the expectations.
So that kind of concludes our welcome. Thumbs up or thumbs down. You came in, you found your spot, you got through announcements, you actively used your ears and your eyes. We're actively participating in that, thumbs up. If you weren't actively participating, a thumbs down. If you struggled a little bit, maybe a sideways thumb. I saw the majority of us were able to do it, so we've got our point for that. That's really good.
Before each transition within the class period, the teacher uses pre-correction by reviewing the expectations with the students before entering the transition to ensure their understanding.
Just so before you get started working, just want to remind you of expectations for our third part of the work time. While you're working, the expectation is your eyes are on your work. The second expectation is that, the second expectation is that you're having quiet conversation. I'm not expecting silence after lunch. I'm not expecting silence after recess. That would be a setup for disaster. But what I do expect is that you talk quietly to people at your table. So if I'm at the purple table, I'm not going to be screaming across the art room to Katie. I'm going to have a quiet conversation amongst my peers, right? My third expectation, Spirit, is that if I need to get up to get something, I can handle myself with dignity. I can be responsible with my body, and I can respect those around me by just quietly walking without smacking people upside the head or throwing out slick comments to Ariana. I can just walk and do my business and come back. My fourth and final expectation for the work time is that if you need me to help, if you need me to be a second pair of eyes, an extra hand, you let me know by raising your hand. Okay. If you choose to get out of your seat and follow me around like a duckling, I ignore you like a ghost. Okay. I will only support students who have their hands raised and who have tried to practice, have tried it, and are feeling like they're coming up a little short. Then I'll work. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if you understand that. Excellent. So let's try it.
After their transition, which was independent work time, students vote on their behavior and the class gets a 0, half, or a 1 for that transition.
Backtrack a little bit, work time. I really want you to think critically about how you did over work time. Remember your success criteria. Did you keep your eyes on your work? Did you raise your hand if you needed my help? If you had to, Spirit, get out of your seat to get something, were you able to move through the room without knocking someone in the head, saying something slick? Did you get part 1 and part 2 done? Remember, we wanted to expedite it and get both done. Did you do that? If you were able to do most of the success criteria, it's a thumbs up. If you weren't able to do any of it, it's a thumbs down. If you did it halfway, it's halfway. I only see half the class voting right now, and out of half of the class, I see a fair amount of people who did a great job, a fair amount of people who did okay, and I'm seeing some people be really honest and saying, you know what, I really kind of just flushed my day down the toilet today. We're in between right now, so I'd say we're at a half. And you know what? A half is all right. It means we're getting there.
At the end of the class period, the teacher goes through how many total points the class earned for their 4 transitions, with 4 points total is the max. And the teacher keeps a running total that can be used for in-class acknowledgements, such as extra free time or music played while working. As a class, they also discuss what type of day the whole class had. A 4 is a great day, a 3 is a good day, a 2 is an okay day, and a 1 is a bad day.
Mr. B, how many points you got?
So as a community, we're up to 31. So as a community, we had 3.5 points today. What does that mean to us?
We was okay.
Go ahead, thanks for raising your hand.
Me?
Yeah.
We was okay, not perfect, but we was really close.
Pretty close, help her out, Lucy.
We didn't have a great day, but we worked well.
We didn't have a great day. We didn't have a good day. We were between the two. We're good moving into great. That's what it tells us.
Each student gives themselves a score for the day, which will be counted as their participation grade. Students each share out what they think should be their score for the day. The teacher reviews the student's scores after class to ensure he agrees.
Individually now, it can tell you how your day was. Were you on the side of the spectrum where it was good? Were you on that side of the spectrum where it was great? Were you maybe one of the few that it was just okay and held us from kind of moving that next level from being good to great?
The teacher gives a class list to one of the students as a reward, and the students read through the list and each student states their points for the day, either a 1, 2, 3, or 4. The teacher then reviews after class to ensure he agrees.
6, 3.
In review, the classroom point system works as the following. Before each transition, the expectations are reviewed and checked for understanding by all students. After each transition, the expectations are reviewed as a whole class, and all students give a thumbs up or thumbs down on whether they met the expectations. With class input, the teacher gives the class a 0, half, or 1 for each transition. Points are totaled at the end of the class, and all students individually give themselves a 0, 1, 2, or 3 for the day, which is recorded by the teacher.